Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Rise of Empires, Ice of Fire with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about Marauder management. Get your notepads out, grab a pencil. I got a nice pencil. It looks like a creeper from Minecraft. I don't think enough people do enough Marauder battles and attacking the Marauder things. Now, there's lots of people who tackle the giants, and I think that's fantastic, you know, the Zoltans and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to go through that a little bit today. But I do think that there are some other things that people can be doing in order to maximize the returns they're getting out of their daily stamina. Now, a couple of points straight up. You shouldn't really apply this to any time during Reign of Chaos. During Reign of Chaos, you obviously want to be using all of your stamina for taking tiles. So during a Reign of Chaos, I suggest that only 2 Marauders are taken per day, that being 1 Savage Giant in order to achieve your daily quests, and 2, you should attack 1 White King in order to gain rocks. Obviously, it's up to you and your alliance and what's happening and all that kind of stuff, but you should be saving your stamina for tiling. But during the between times, the boring times, the times when nothing is happening, when there is no season, what should you be doing? Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to be saying, I raid castles, 50 castles a day, and that gives me 10 bazillion gold, and I use that gold to upgrade my dragon, and then I'm happy. Alright, but if you're not a raider, like myself, you're not somebody who's attacking every day, you don't really care to raid, you don't have farms. The reason I don't care to raid, I find it too much work, it's too much hassle. What are you going to do with your stamina? Now, on an average, everybody has a lot of stamina. We have what I kind of term in my head as runs. Okay, so a stamina run is using up all of your stamina. Your stamina regenerates roughly every 8 hours. You're going to get 100% of your stamina back. So that means over a 24-hour period, a game day, you're going to have 4 runs. Yeah, so 4 full stamina points where you can use up all of your stamina. That's going to roughly give us 1600 stamina. Remember that number, you're going to need that for later on. Write that down on your little pad, please. 1600 stamina per day we have in order to play with. So what are we going to do with that stamina? At a very base level, we could just attack 1 giant. We get our daily quest, and by daily quest, obviously I mean down here. You can see here, there's usually one here that says, rally and defeat the Savage Giant, gets you 80 points. Those 80 points are easy to get, you should do those. However, that still leaves us with 1520 stamina points. What are we going to do? We could just go gathering. That'd be boring. We could, I don't know, again, raid if we wanted to. In my view, that's boring. What we should be doing is using our stamina effectively to attack as many Marauders of varying types as possible. Now, at the get-go, when I'm talking about Marauders here, I'm talking about the highest level you can attack. Now, obviously, that's going to be different for very many different players, but broadly speaking, when we're talking about Marauders, when I'm talking about Marauders here, I'm going to be talking about, whoop, that was weird. I'm going to be talking about your basic Marauders here, your Desert Snake, your Bloodthirsty Rebel, your Bandit, your Iron Swordsman, and your Rebel Camp are your basic Marauders. Each one of these gives you a different type of resource. They will also give you things like, show me stuff. They will also give you things like XP, Dragonites, meat, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, those are your basic types. They each take 10 stamina each. And when we talk about attacking them, we're going to be talking about attacking them at their highest level, and that goes up to 15. Okay, if you can't attack 15, that's fine, attack what you can. But when we're talking right now, we're going to be talking about attacking level 15s and the rewards from that. Similarly, when we're talking about destroyers, we're talking about level 15 destroyers. With Zoltans, I'm going to be talking about level 30 Zoltans, because that's basically all I can do if somebody piggybacks along with me. White Knights, we're not going to be talking, or White Kings, we're not going to be talking about today because it is not season, so they are not on my map. Savage Giants, we're going to be talking about level 25s. Sinister Miners, level 10s. We probably won't touch on these guys. And Woodwards, level 25 as well. So just we're talking about kind of the top levels there. Obviously, you can get a bit higher with the Zoltan. Where is the Zoltan? I don't know, he's gone somewhere. He'll be around there somewhere. And one other one we're not going to touch on, but I actually do think is quite important, is the Gale. We're not going to talk about Gale today, but we'll come back to another point. So, as you know, we're talking about this level of Giants. So your bare minimum per day should be to hit 1 Savage Giant to fulfill your daily quest points. Now, that's going to give you a number of things. Most basic stuff it's going to give you is, where are we? Let me have a look at my screen. Savage Giant's going to get you about what's that? 1.3 million in food. Now remember, when you attack a Savage Giant or any of the giants, so Savage Giant, Woodward or Zoltan, you do have a bonus, one bonus per day you're allowed. So that gets you 250,000 food on a standard, but 1.05 million food for the bonus. So it gets you up to there about 1.3 million food. You're going to get about 900,000 gold on that first hit, so that's one of those bonus things. 400 gems from that first hit. You're going to get some alliance contribution. Now your Savage Giant is going to give you 30,000 for your alliance contribution. I do believe the other two, Woodward and Zoltan, only give you 24,000. Now remember, you have a max every day of 148,000 that you can donate, so to speak, to the alliance by attacking giants, your alliance contribution. So if you're going to only attack Savage Giants, you only have to attack 5 of those in order to max that out. If you're only going to attack the others, Woodward and Zoltan and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have to attack 6 in order to max out that 148k top contribution to your alliance. Now from your Savage Giants as well, you're going to get a little bit of XP. You get 60,000 XP. That's XP in the form of XP that goes into your backpack, so that's not XP that applies. You only get XP that applies to your heroes at the completion of the attack if you're attacking single heroes, so not during rallies. Everything that you rally will give you XP that goes into your backpack. You're also going to get some speed ups. These are just general speed ups. You get them in minutes, so you're going to get about 600 minutes of speed ups. And then attacking a Savage Giant, you also get one chance of a blue, no, not even a chance, sorry, you get one blue recruitment ticket. So attacking that boy is going to take 20 of our stamina, and we're getting basically some food, just under 1 million gold, a little bit of gems, some contribution to the alliance, a touch of XP, some speed ups, and a blue recruitment ticket. That's your bare minimum, peeps. That's your absolute bare minimum that you should be doing. And if that's all you can do, fantastic. That's all right. Don't feel bad. You know, people play at their own level, people play at their own time. So that's cool. But just make sure you do that one thing every day. Now, if you want to step it up a notch, we want to move up a little bit more. We want to bam it up. We want to, you know, increase the spice level here. What we're going to do is we're going to add a Woodward to that mix. Okay, so a Woodward is a relatively new rallying giant, and a Woodward was released with the Alchemy update a couple of weeks ago. A Woodward is basically going to give you extra chances to get better equipment. So we're going to add a Woodward to this mix, yeah? So basically what we've got now is a single Woodward is also going to give us a bonus. We get one chance to hit that guy each day. Woodward's going to give us some gold, roughly speaking 500,000 in gold. Going to give us 400 gems. It's going to give us, as I just mentioned before, only 24,000 to the alliance contribution, so you will have to attack more Woodwards in order to max out your alliance contribution. It's going to give you the same amount of XP as a Savage Giant, 60,000, and it's going to give you less speed up, so you're only going to get 360 minutes of speed ups from attacking a Woodward. What you do get as extra is one chance to get a piece of Lord's equipment and one chance to get a drawing. So if you attack one of those, and you get, yeah, so basically one chance for equipment, one chance for drawing. This guy also is going to take 20 stamina, so, you know, there you go. You've used now 40 of our staminas. 40 of our staminas out of a total of 1,600. We've done one Savage Giant. We've got some stuff out of that. We've done one Woodward. We've got 1,560. 1,560 of our staminas left. And we haven't even woken up yet. So there we go. We've gone bare minimum, and then we've stepped up another notch. We're just doing a little bit extra. Now let's push it even further. What we want to do is we want to add a Zoltan to the mix. Now Zoltan is a great giant, but a Zoltan is a heavy hitter, so to speak. Now, I personally, at my level, cannot take a Zoltan without quite a lot of extra health. So they start at level 30 and they go to level 40. Is it 40? 40 they do. They go to level 40 there. So if I wanted to attack a 40, I'm going to have to make sure that some of the dudes with T9s are going to be joining me for that rally. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do it. What Zoltan throws into the mix, though, is that you're going to get what I call, and I call it this because I don't know how to make this word. Find me this guy. What's this thing called here? Auriculum. That's not a made up. That's a made up word. Yeah. So if I pronounce it wrong, that's fine because it's a completely made up word. Auriculum. Okay. I call it Orich. All right. So a Zoltan adds some Orich into the mix as well as some exotic crystals. Orich is used once you get above level 26 in order to construct some buildings. Exotic crystals are used in the blacksmith in order to advance your material or enhance your equipment, so to speak. So let's add a Zoltan into the mix. What we're going to be adding now is a little bit more gold. We're going to be adding some of this orange. We're going to be adding some exotic crystals, some more gems. Obviously a little bit of alliance contribution, 24,000 as I said earlier, 60,000 experience, more speed ups than your Woodward, and more speed ups than your Savage Giant. A single hit on this guy, if you get the bonus, is going to give you 660. So that means, all right, lots of numbers flying at you here, guys. I've got a spreadsheet for all of this. You guys don't, so too bad. That means a single hit on a Savage Giant, on a Woodward, on a Zoltan. Yeah, single hit. What we're going to be pulling out of that is basically, let me just bring my screen back up, sorry. What we're going to be pulling out of that is basically about 1.3 million in food, 2.65 million in gold, 26 pieces of orange, 23 pieces of exotic crystal, 1,400 in gems, 180,000 of experience, 1,620 minutes of speed up, as well as one blue recruit. We get that from the Savage Giant, don't forget, and a chance at a piece of Lord equipment and a chance at a piece of drawing, which you use for the forge. That's not bad. We've stepped up. We've done 3 things. Yeah, 3 attacks only. Everybody can do that. It takes about 3 minutes to get that going on. And we've used 60 of our stamina. We're left with 1,520 of our stamina. Which is a considerable amount. You can still do lots and lots of things throughout the entire day with our stamina. Well, we can only really do other things, raid or something like that. But it gives us a lot. That is what I suggest, those 3 giants, as your absolute bare minimum per day. If you don't do that, you can't say that you're actually playing. If you haven't got time for those 3 hits, then you've really got to rethink your gameplay and whether or not you should be playing at all, because that's a real basic, simple level of stuff to do. Right, let's push it up to the top. Okay. At a basic level, what you should be able to do, at a basic level, at a good level, what you should be able to do is a couple of runs per day. As I said, I define a run as using up all of your your 400 stamina points that you have over an 8-hour period, and then you're going to get another 400, another 400, another 400. I'm not adding up right. Yeah, no, I am. That's right. Am I adding up right? 400, 400. I'm not adding up right. Takes 8 hours. You only get 1,200, moron. Have I just done that all wrong? Because I can't do basic maths. There's 3 8s in 24. Yeah. God. Disregard what I said at the start. I swear to God, I've got all this written down. I have it. It actually says it here on my spreadsheet that it's 1,200. I'm making shit up. Sorry. So we have left to play with after our 3 little hits. We have 1,140. God. I apologize. If anybody's been watching me for a long time, you know I do this, and I've always said never do maths on camera because you're always going to screw it up in your head. Anyway, back to the point. We have this 3 runs per day. I don't know why I said 4. We have 3 runs per day. Yeah, 3 points where we can have max amount of stamina, which is 400, and we can use that stamina up. So we have 1,140 left after doing our very basic hitting. Savage Garden. You remember that band? I want something under the bridge. I don't know what it was. 1 Savage Giant, 1 Woodward, 1 Zoltan per day, using up 60 stamina. That's leaving us with 1,140. What we want to do now is we want to run 2 complete runs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add destroyers to the mix. Now, destroyers are my favorite little puppies. Where's the destroyer guy? Papaya. Destroyers level up at the max level is 15. They do take 10 stamina. You can 20 stamina, but you can only attack them 10 times per day. What they're going to give you is they're going to give you Dragonite, and they're going to give you a chance, randomly drop white to purple materials. I've attacked probably about a couple of hundred over the last couple of days, and more than likely you're getting 3 pieces of material, and I would say I'm getting, on average, 1 purple for every 10 white, I guess, you know, something like that. So it's not that many purple, but it's enough purple. A destroyer is also going to give you, let's just run through it quickly, a lot of gold. They're going to give you a tiny bit of, where are we, sorry, diorite. Diorite? Dragonite, sorry. They also do give you potential to drop courage medals. It's very low though, so I've only noticed again over a couple of hundred. I'd say once out of every 10 times I'm getting 1 courage medal, so it's not something I really want to put into this equation. They also give you 95,000 roughly at the level I'm doing of any res, which is a random res. I've noticed that I get more food often than I get anything else, which is slightly annoying, but it is 95,000 of any res. So we're adding a destroyer into the mix, yeah? This is going to up it a little bit. So now we've got, basically, we can attack 1 destroyer, 1 Zoltan, 1 Woodward, 1 Savage Giant. We're using up 80 of our stamina there just to do that one round, so to speak. 80 of our total of 1200 per day leaves us 1120 left to do. Okay, so now we've done 4 things. What we want to do now is multiply that all by the amount that we can do it. So we can attack a Savage Giant 10 times. We can attack a Woodward 10 times. We can attack a Zoltan 10 times. We can attack a Destroyer 10 times. Those are the times you're allowed to attack them per day. Those are the only times you're going to get anything back if you try to do it. Otherwise, it's not going to say. It's not going to allow you. Otherwise, also remembering that the Savage Giant, the Woodward, and the Zoltan are going to offer you those bonus materials to start off with. So, let's just slow down a little bit here. If we're going to do 1 run, so 1 run is then going to comprise of 10 Savage Giants attacks, which is 200 stamina, 10 Woodward attacks, which is another 200 stamina, 10 Destroyer Zoltan attacks, which is another 200 stamina, 10 Destroyer attacks, which is another 200 stamina. That's giving us 800 of our 1200 total. Remember, we have 1200 for the day, so that leaves us 400 stamina left. Now, we've attacked all of these guys 10 times. What are we going to get? Alright, so out of this, we've attacked everybody 10 times. That is taking up 800. I just said that, didn't I? 800 of our stamina. What are we getting out of it? We are getting 9.2 million in food, 12.8 million in gold, 200 in orange, 220 in exotic crystals, 500 in the Dragonite, or whatever the frick it's called, about 2,800 gems, 156 alliance contribution points. Remember that our alliance contribution taps out 148,000, so we've already passed that, so we've done more than we needed to in terms of alliance contribution. We won't get those extra 8,000 points coming through, they're just lost, so to speak. We're going to get about 360,000 XP just from those 3 large rallying giants. The Destroyer will also give you, depending on your level, research, stuff like that, yeah, but at the moment it's giving me 40,000 XP for each of my heroes per time. So that's another 400,000 XP, but actually, if I'm putting the right heroes in there, that's actually 40,000 per hero. So that could be seen as 1.2 million XP spread over all of those heroes. It's giving us about 9,360 minutes of speed ups. It's giving us roughly 60 materials. So this is from the Destroyer, ranging from white to purple. And it's giving us, from the Destroyer again, just over 2 million of the random resources. So any resources, as I said, majority I seem to be always getting is food, which is grumpy, which makes me grumpy, but you know, that's what it is. On top of that, there is that potential for those courage medals as well. So what we've done here is we've gone Savage Giant 10 times, we've gone Woodward 10 times, we've gone Zoltan 10 times, we've gone Destroyer 10 times, and we've ended up with a relatively large amount of quite good stuff. We've also left ourselves with 400 stamina. So roughly every one of our troops is back to normal. They can then do anything we would like them to do before the reset occurs. What would we like to do with that extra 400? Now, obviously, again, some people are going to say, well, I got raiding and all that kind of stuff. You might need to gather. I do strongly suggest that everybody gathers overnight when they go to bed. Set your guys out to gathering, because it's just free resources. Your guys may as well not be sitting there. So let's say we're going to send our guys out to gathering, and we're just going to send them out, and that's going to take 10 stamina each to go out and gather. So that's going to leave us with 360 of our hard-worn stamina left. So basically every one of our legions is going to be able to go on 9 more things so to speak. Now remember, we've maxed out all of those giants, so we can't attack them again. We've maxed out the destroyer, we can't attack them again. What are we going to attack now? What we're going to attack is the desert snake, ladies and gentlemen. The desert snake is, in my view, the best of the normal or basic marauders on the map, and a desert snake at level 15 is going to give you what we want here is iron. Now I don't know about you, but everybody I know within the game is always looking for a bit of iron. The only other thing people seem to be looking for all the time as well is obviously gold, so you can substitute the desert snake for the rebel camp if that is your wish. The others here I really wouldn't bother with, especially the iron swordsman. If you really need food that much, then you've done something wrong. But we're going to attack the desert snake. So we can attack the desert snake another 9 times for each thing, which is 9 times whatever. How many times is that, guys? 36 times. So we can do 36 more attacks on the desert snake. Now, I don't think I added this up correctly before, but if we do it now, why is that times 10? Let's times that by 36. Like so. Go to my thing. So desert snake is roughly going to give us about 100,000 iron per hit. I've noticed that it often falls underneath that. I think I'm getting on average about 95,000. It gives us dragonite materials, and again I've noticed it falls somewhere between 56 and 59 for each of my attacks. So I'm going to say we get about 57 there. It gives us roughly again that 40,000 XP per attack, and that's spread out over all our heroes. It does give us a chance of courage medals and a chance of meat to feed the dragon. We're going to disregard those two things. But roughly speaking, with the rest of our stamina there, we're going to be able to hit this desert snake a number of times. It's going to put us up with 3.6 million of the iron. Going to give us about 2,000 of the dragonite crystals. And about, what is it, 1.4 million of experience. Spread across our guys. So now we've used everything, yeah? We've used all of our stamina. So we've started the day fresh as a daisy. We've smashed out 10 savage giants, 10 woodwards, 10 zoltans, 10 destroyers, yeah? We've then gone, smashed out another, 36 desert snakes. And then at the end of that, we've got 10 stamina left each. You know, and remember, this has taken all day. We're logging in every 8 hours to get this done. This has taken all day. At the end of that, we've got 10 stamina left for each of our guys, and we're sending them out for a... I've just realised, of course, they're not going to be able to charge it. So we can only do this twice. This is why you should go to school, guys. Obviously, the last run, we can't do 2 runs. We can't do the desert snakes. This is working it out of my head. I've been sitting here for an hour already. Obviously, because you only have 24 hours in the day, yeah? So the first hit, we need 8 hours to recharge. Yeah, so that takes us to 0. We go bam, 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 takes us to 8. And then we go at 8 plus, so 8 hours after the reset, we go bam, 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 and we're back to 0. So now we're at 16, plus 16. And we're going bam, 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 and we're back to 0. And that takes all the way to 24, which we're going to use the next day. So we can only do 2 of those runs. We have to really drop the desert snake. Oh, that's annoying. I actually think my intention when I first started looking at this a little bit closely was to say we should only be doing desert snakes because I like them the most. However, the other stuff is pretty good. It's really going to depend on what level you are. Currently, obviously, no, I don't need food. I don't really need gold, and I don't really need orage. I will later. What I do need is the materials. I do need the speed ups. I do want to max my contribution. I don't care about the gems. I do want the diorite, the dragonite. And how much dragonite is this guy giving me? Only 2,000. You know what, I'm going to say actually what I would do, so you've got your bare minimum, which is 1 savage giant. You've got your absolute extra bare minimum, which is 1 savage giant, 1 woodman, 1 zoltan. You've then got, you could run twice, hitting 10 savage, 10 woodwards, 10 zoltans, 10 destroyers, okay, per day, and that's the minimum, that's the maximum you can do per day. That's going to use up all of your resources, all of your stamina. See, this is why I don't make videos anymore. I don't have the time to do these sums. Let's see. I think that's still my best bet, and I think that's still what I would suggest. Is 10 of the Savage Giants, 10 of the Woodwards, 10 of the Zoltans, and 10 of the Destroyers. I do think that's best, and I think then what you can do is you can substitute if you're low on iron, then you drop one of each, or you drop half a run and you hit all the Desert Snakes instead. I've noticed that does help. If I just need a little bit of iron, I do that on a particular day, but I'm not saying I do that on a daily basis. Basically, over the last week, all I've been doing is hitting every single type just to see the averages and to see what comes out. All right, so confusing conclusions. Conclusions. I think I should have planned this better, but this is it. This is. I think not a lot of people are paying as much attention to this as they should. I see an enormous amount of rallies going on in different alliances I've been in, but not necessarily any of the other kind of the destroyers. I don't see a lot of people hitting destroyers, and I think it's kind of super important that you get out there and get some of this stuff. And the Desert Snakes. I freaking love the Desert Snakes. Anyway, let me know down below what you think. But I think, and I would suggest to you, that it's worth sitting down with a pen and paper and doing a little bit of sums here. Obviously trying to do your math better than Gil, and working out what you need to do and what you should be hitting, especially mid-season. As I said, we just finished season 2. Eden is coming. We've got like 3 weeks in between, and all I'm doing is like, shit, okay, attack, Marauder attack, constantly trying to get up all of those little bits of Dragonite and materials and everything else that you can get, because you can't get any of those things. You're not getting Orange from attacking another player, you're not getting exotic crystals from attacking another player, you're not getting Diorite, you're not getting gems, you're not getting any of the things. All you're getting is resources, and resources are relatively easy. Anyway, I hope that helped, confusing as it was, and with some mistaken sums in the middle there. I still think now I'm slightly confused whether I got any of those sums right, but I think I did. I think I must have transposed a number in my spreadsheet. I don't know. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Bye.